Oke. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Good
warahmatullahi
morning,
wabarakatuh.
Bapak Ibu. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Ratna Nur Oktavina Sari. You can call me Ratna. I'm from Lembaga Bahasa LIA Malang. And in this parallel session, I'd like to present my Classroom Action Research paper entitled The Use of Subtitled Speaking Video in Flip Materials to Motivate Pre-Intermediate 1 Students' Autonomous Learning. Well, actually, this Classroom Action Research paper of mine was from the 13th of LIA Classroom Action Research Colloquium 2020, but it hasn't been presented yet. So that's why it is presented now in the 14th LIA Classroom Action Research Colloquium 2021. Okay, so now let's get started. In this presentation, I'd like to present some points, including the background of my research, introduction, the reasons for choosing the topic, the theoretical framework, data analysis, the result and discussion, and also the conclusion. Okay, first is the background. So why did I do this research? So since term 3 2019, which was in August, September, October, LIA has started the flip learning. Now, in general, flip learning is when teachers provide and give the online materials to students, and they have to do it before the class starts. Now, the purpose is students are expected to have the schemata by doing the flip materials before they study in the class with the teacher. In order to find or provide the flip materials, teachers should know which materials that can be effective for them. So teachers should find out the most effective way to present the flip materials based on what students need. So for example, if the objectives is about listening, we have to provide the audio and also the vocabulary. If the objectives is about the speaking, we have to provide maybe the expression, the model dialogue, and so on. And in this research, the students involved are pre-intermediate 1 level that can be categorized as students with low level of English proficiency. The challenge is that they couldn't really understand the model dialogue. So they show that they were less motivated when they discuss about it with their teacher in the class. That's why the researcher tried to use subtitled speaking video that can help the students to understand the content of the model dialogue effectively. And this research was conducted back then before we started the online learning. Yeah, so it was in January 2020, right before the pandemic started. Okay, and next is the introduction. Yeah, in digital era, we know that audiovisual media is popularly used everywhere. Every one of us really love watching videos, right? So audiovisual media such as video is seen as one of attractive ways to present the flip materials. However, this media can be challenging for students in the beginner level since they might not understand clearly what is conveyed from the video. That's why they need some aids that help them to understand the materials, such as using the subtitles. So this study was conducted to find out the use of the subtitled speaking video in flip materials to motivate the PI1 students' autonomous learning. Next is reasons for choosing the topic. There are some reasons for choosing this topic. First, the English proficiency level of pre-intermediate 1 students were considered low. The second one, students had difficulties in understanding the flip materials of the speaking video as the model dialogue. The third one, students were less motivated to discuss the materials that they didn't understand well. And last, the researcher wanted to find out how subtitled speaking video motivates the students to perform autonomous learning. The next one is theoretical framework. Talking about flip learning, the implementation of flip learning can really help the students to learn autonomously before the class starts. According to Masaule and Unigani 2012, autonomous learning in language education can be interpreted as independent learning concept. In order to perform the autonomous learning, the students need to motivate themselves, right? So they can do the flipped learning at home. Now, because motivation here is defined as one of important factors in determining the success level of learning in every student, since this is the internal process. Now, in this case, the researcher used the subtitled video that represents word in audio and visual, which has more probability in activating coding system in the process. So this kind of information input can help enhancing the language learning process and improving the content comprehension of the students. Moreover, according to Lee and Wallace 2018, they suggested that the teacher or the instructor produce more video lectures with English subtitles, especially for students with low level of English proficiency. The next one is the data analysis. This classroom action research used qualitative research design. It was conducted in one cycle classroom action research. Yeah, according to Chemis and Robin, 1988, there are 4 stages: planning, action, observation, and reflection. Now, in the planning stage, the researcher prepared some observation sheet consists of the questions to be used in the class during the class session, so the teacher can observe the students' behavior and everything happen in the class using that observation sheet. And second, the researcher also prepared the subtitled speaking video and also the questionnaire in Google Forms about to find out the students' opinion of the subtitled speaking video. In action stage, the researcher shared the link of the flip material before the class starts. And also during the class, the researcher observed the students in the class. And this one is done by the help from another teacher. So there was another teacher in the class to fill out the observation sheet. So the researcher can focus on teaching while another teacher is observing. And in observation stage, the researcher observed using the result from the questionnaire and from the observation sheet. And in reflection stage, after the researcher has done plan, action, and observation properly, the researcher found out that the treatment worked well. It can be seen from the result of the questionnaire and from the observation sheet. So since the goal could be achieved, there is no need to do the second cycle of classroom action research. There are some data sources used in this classroom action research. So the first one is 11 students of pre-intermediate 1 or GEA 3 of LIA Malang. Yeah, so there are 12 levels, right, of general English for adults, and pre-intermediate 1 is the third level, so it's still beginner level. That's why they have low level of English proficiency. And then the next data source was the subtitle speaking video of Unit 1, Lesson B about Internet. So they are expected to learn not only the grammar, but also the expression from the model dialogue. Okay. And the subtitle speaking video here is, of course, not English to English, and of course not English to Indonesia, but English to English. However, some expression, the target expression used in the model dialogue is highlighted in different color and different font. So identify the target expression to help them memorizing the target expression. So later when they reach the teaching objective, they can still use the target expression.
I've had it up to here. I have to finish my assignment for tomorrow, but my computer crashed.
Sorry to hear that. What happened? Did you get the virus from the internet?
I'm not sure. But yesterday I copied a file from a friend's flash disk. Then my computer detected a virus. A minute later, it started making funny noises. What do you suggest?
Calm down, okay? I'll help you to clean the virus. You should update your antivirus regularly. Next time, scan each flash disk and external hard disk you insert. Do you have backup data to work on?
Yes, I always save my files online.
Well, everything is okay then. In the meantime, why don't you use my laptop?
Oh, thank you so much, dear. You're such an angel.
Yeah, okay, it's okay, you're welcome.
Okay, so that's the video that I used. So you can see that there were some sentences highlighted in blue color with different font that are the target expressions. And also the model of the people in the video is also the teacher. So we need to collaborate with other teacher to make this. So the next one is the data collection. There were some techniques used to collect the data. The first is the teacher's journal. I have mentioned about the observation sheet, right? So that is the teacher's journal. So the teacher's journal consists of 7 open-ended questions that should be filled by another teacher in the class. And then the next one is using the questionnaire in Google Forms that focus on students' opinion of subtitled speaking video. There were 8 open-ended questions and then 1 open-ended question. Let me show you the teacher's journal and also the questionnaire here. So this is the questionnaire, just the sample. And then this is the teacher's journal. Okay, so there are some questions that should be filled out by the help of another teacher. Let's get back to the slide again. And then the result of the discussion. Okay, first, based on the teacher's journal, after the students were given the flip materials in form of subtitled speaking video, they show more comprehension to the content or the materials. And also they show more interest to the discussion. So when we discuss it in the class, they were quite excited because they have understood about the materials. And based on the questionnaire, we can see from this diagram that all students prefer to learn the expression and model dialogue using subtitles because they think that it's helpful. And most students think that it's interesting and effective for them to learn the expression and model dialogue using subtitle. And even though this is done by themselves at home, before they come to the class, they feel that it's not boring because it has some, subtitles and then the target expression that is highlighted. So it's quite motivating for them so they can perform autonomous learning better. Okay, and then the conclusion, there are 3 points to be concluded from my classroom action research. First, students of pre-intermediate 1 level were motivated to learn English autonomously in doing the flip materials using the subtitled speaking video. Second, students could understand the content of the dialogue better, learn the target expression more easily, as well as learn how to show the facial expression when saying the sentences like speakers did in the video. Yeah, because it's not animation, it's real people, so they know what to do in the teaching when they reach the teaching objective. Okay, and then the third point, students find it helpful to learn the target expressions and to act out like the people in the video. So in short, speaking videos with subtitles are really helpful, especially for students in initial stage to learn by themselves. Okay, so that's all my presentation about my classroom action research paper. Your suggestion and comments are welcome and appreciated. Thank you. I think that's all, Bu Ira.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ibu Ratna. I think Ibu